What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, we have now received the official release date for Gotham Knights. I guess I'm still kind of shocked in a strange way. Not like in a bad way, but just in a strange way because for the longest time it felt like this date was never going to show up. But all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, on a random Wednesday, not like there's anything really special going on. Or maybe people were paying attention to the state of play. It probably provided a little bit of attention on gaming overall. And so I think they decided to sneak it in. I mean, even though it didn't show up in the state of play, which nobody really expected it to, they did mention they were going to be focusing on their Japanese developers. And so that's, another really interesting aspect as to the Gotham Knights reveal date, the reveal to the release date. But so far, so good. I think the community overall is in a really strange place. And I really wanted to make sure that I pointed this out so that we know where we stand right now. You see, that date of October is really, really far down the road when you actually look at it in the relationship of when the game was first revealed, when the game was first promised to be released, and when the game was delayed up all the way through the 2022 calendar. People kind of had the impression that, we probably will be getting kind of an early 2022 release. But if by March we hadn't really heard anything, I was thinking to myself that potentially we would probably need to get at least 3 months of, some marketing, 3 months of awareness building before this game was going to be released. But it appears that we're going to be getting a little bit more than that 3 months. Right now we're in March. So when you think about April, May, June, July, August, September, you're looking at 6 full months of spacing. Now, this also gives this impression that, the game is probably going to be getting heavy finishing touches. And I think perhaps there might have been overhauls that were made after the first reveal. This is probably what took a lot of time. I think the overall overhauls were probably the biggest time consuming aspects because the gameplay that we did see, it seemed to me like some kind of gameplay already, possible. So I'm thinking, that was probably the goal. Another thing too could be the expansion of the game in terms of content pieces. You see, Elden Ring, all kinds of other fun games that have been released since that reveal actually have showcased some really, really cool aspects of their gameplay. Think about a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I know that may not necessarily pertain to this game. I have mentioned in the past that it seems the game was trying to go with some kind of RPG-esque framework. And so if you think about the scale and magnitude of these other AAA games, I think the development and the publishers might have wanted a bigger game that could be expanded upon. And so that's probably what it was. Maybe for $60, what were they going to be providing for the base game? And I think they probably expanded that base game. And then eventually, if we're going to see DLC, that will probably be a whole bunch of different aspects. But more than anything, it's the fact that a lot of people in the community are not necessarily happy with the length of time that they're going to be waiting for the game. And I do understand that. But here's the thing. You see, more than necessary, this game will probably need to stay in the oven until every single minutiae of the game itself is done and done right, because we don't want another Cyberpunk 2077 incidents. Forspoken even got its own delay. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw Forspoken, in its first reveal, I thought to myself, I don't think this game is a game that will be really appreciated, especially with everything that, people may be expecting from this game. And so I think the developers made the smart choice to probably bolster the game. And I'm thinking, Gotham Knights will also benefit from that extra time to bolster the game itself. In terms of technicalities, I think that's also another thing that we have to make sure that the game is probably going to be in a very stable state. Elden Ring, when it was released, had some issues, I would say a smidgen of issues on Xbox. It was clean on PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 version was also clean on the PlayStation 5, but the PlayStation 5 version was not necessarily 100% clean. The PC version had a lot of performance issues. Now I can say the PC version is running with a lot of smoothness. If you run into like a region that you've never been in before, with the PC version, you know, it doesn't do the lag stuff that it does before. I play on the PS5 and I play on the PC, so it's actually really cool to be able to see all of that in place. I mean, I really enjoy the fact that they were able to make that polish and, you know, finish up everything. So when you kind of consider all of this in place, you know, it takes a while to get a game to be polished, and even on release, you might still have some issues. And remember, Elden Ring also got a slight delay as well, and the developers did a technical test. So the news and the word around town right now is there might be a beta, and that's something that we probably need to be looking forward to. So I want to appeal to everyone that may have, you know, just a little bit of reservations as to the release date. For now, I would say let's give it another 15 to 30 days. And I know it sounds crazy, oh my gosh, to see how they're going to approach the space in between, because this is now their opportunity to go heavy on marketing, exposure, all kinds of dev interviews and stuff, in order for them to be able to make this experience a very short experience with just packing information into the 6-month window that they have to release the game. So I'm saying let's just kind of hold off on that, you know, sentiment for now. And I'm trying my best. I mean, I'm a little like, man, I don't know how to take this news. October really feels far, but I kind of want to rein that in for my own personal self and kind of see, okay, I want to say let's give them the benefit of the doubt, because I've seen the way some of these games have, you know, basically dropped the ball because they didn't have enough time. And let's see potentially if time could be what will make the big difference. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys hopefully soon in another video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I mean, if you have any frustrations, feel free to express them as well. I mean, I can understand, but I just want to try my best to be a little more measured in my own response and just watch carefully because of some of the information that's out there. And I think that's the main important thing. But we'll talk about that in another video. Hopefully this video doesn't necessarily stretch too long and we can kind of put those things to rest. Thanks for watching. Peace out.